This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Daily Herald.
We're here at Waubonsie Valley with girls soccer head coach Julie Bergstrom. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Now, this is your 18th season
Correct.
at Waubonsie Valley.
Yes.
Why do you keep coming back?
It's this beautiful field here and the players. I just saw one time that there was an opening and applied and started coaching actually before I started teaching here, and I didn't want to leave. I love it here. It's the only place it's the first time I coached high school setting, and I love it.
I guess what drew you to this? I mean, was it just the fact that there was an opening? Or
the area. It's a soccer area,
Yeah.
and like I said, it's got a nice grass field, and it's like, wow, they have their own field, their own everything, so it definitely keeps me here.
Now, I talked to Paige about the difference between grass and artificial turf. I mean, you just said it yourself, you love the grass, so does that change the way you game plan for a game?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a disadvantage probably to be on grass now because a lot of people have turf, but as a player, I liked grass, and I just think it's just a more true game. And you probably saw some stuff with the FIFA World Cup, how the women complain that they put the Women's World Cup on turf.
Right.
Soccer players generally like the grass better, but unfortunately high schools and the weather and all that stuff plays a factor into turf is probably a little bit better of choice surface-wise. And we scramble the first month, but when it settles down, it's nice to be on a grass field.
You were just saying off camera that this is the first time you're actually getting a chance to be on your.
We're still not here for another week.
so you're not even practicing on your own field yet, but the season's getting started. So what's maybe the advantages to something like that?
It's a little bit wearing. I mean, you got to go figure out where you're going all the time and the weather. And I think everybody's in that boat because they're trying to find gym time and this and that and the size of the space and evaluating your players. And there's a lot of factors into it, but you know, like it's kind of a preseason time, you know, like, and then spring break I think really gets it going and starts rolling. So I mean, you just deal with it. Right.
And you were able to obviously get the first game out of the way. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way you guys wanted to. But what did you see out of your team there against Lyons Township?
We saw a lot of good things. They're a young group, so I mean, I was just glad they had the courage to do the things we were working on. They didn't panic and just start kicking the ball, and they tried to work on the stuff that we did. And I commend them for the courage to try things. And I think you only get better when you try things.
Now, you're saying this is a young team because you're losing a lot of seniors from, you know, that team from last year, and especially, you know, Emma Rigby being the goaltender for so many years. So how are you going to have the next girl step in, and even just the rest of these younger girls?
It's like any position. I mean, we lost more than Emma. You know, like, there's a lot of places that are open, and the girls just keep stepping up. I mean, every year we lose players. I mean, we lose players. In the 18 years I've been here, they always graduate for some reason. So,
you have Paige as a senior captain. How much are you going to be relying on her to take what she's learned from these years here and teach the younger girls?
I think Paige will be a great influence on them. She's a very humble person, so she's easy to talk to. She's very loyal, and she understands the game, so she'll take the time to explain it to you and to help out, and it's a different role for her, so that's kind of exciting to watch that. I've watched her since she was little, and she's always played a year up on club and everything, so she's always had older kids to rely on, and now she's it. So I mean, now she's the older kid, so it'll be a growing part for her too, but it's kind of fun because it's a new challenge.
The next challenge, I guess, for this team is to do a little bit better than last year, with the way that the season finished up. How do you take what happened in that regional final and apply it to this team this year and saying we could do better than that?
We don't honestly even think about that. Okay. Our thing is, are you better today than you were yesterday? And I've never really even gone there with any team. You know, like, we just focus on where are we now and how do we get better the next day.
Yeah.
So.
Now, when I talked to Paige, she was saying about the DVC, not much of a difference other than playing the Wheaton schools. So is there a difference to the conferences?
You swap the St. Charles for the Wheatons. I mean, it's all the same around here.
Yeah.
There's just such a competition, no matter where you go. You know, like the competition is pretty hard right here. And we've played them all, so that part isn't really a difference. It's just different teams that you're playing and their coaches and their style and stuff like that, and not knowing exactly what they're doing.
For those that don't know the game of soccer as well. What do you say to those people that may want to come out and watch but not sure what they're watching, I guess?
Just have fun, enjoy the game, and I don't know, a lot of times it's just a social setting, and I don't know, a lot of kids from school come out and support the girls soccer program, and I don't know, I mean, I think we play a little bit of a different style. We like to put it on the ground and play and move, and so sometimes the score doesn't necessarily represent how the game went, but at the same time, the high school environment's awesome because their friends are here. Their friends come out and say, hey, good game, this and that, and it's just exciting to play for your friends.
With spring break and other off-season activities you organize for the team, how does that help build the team chemistry, I guess?
I think it's become a culture. I think we're kind of known for our spring break trip. We do all kinds of things. This year we're going whitewater rafting, zorbing, indoor skydiving and stuff like that. So we do stuff, but I mean, it's really not the activities that bring them together. It's the kids' willingness to get to know everyone on the team. They know that you can't just hang out with your little group. You need to get to know everyone, and when we know everyone, it makes it that much better. And at the end of the day, we're just different ages that play on different club teams, and they're very similar, even though they seem different. But when they really realize it and start talking to each other, they're all similar. They all like soccer, and there's something that brought us together. Soccer's just a vehicle that brought us together, and we go through challenges while we're there, and you learn a lot about the person, and it's not on the field, it's off the field, and so they have a chance to not be in the pecking order of the field. It's more of kids that are quiet step up then because they're confident in their problem-solving abilities or something like that. So you see a lot of different personalities come out too, and different things, and can you draw that stuff to the field?
Now, have you been able to keep in contact with some of the alums from this program?
Absolutely, I love it. That's probably one of my favorite parts that I never really realized about coaching. Is just how many of them come back. Actually, Morgan Kemmerling was at our game yesterday. She's home on spring break. Vanessa DiMauro just texted me, hey, we're trying to figure out a time for her to come back and talk to these guys, and it's really neat to see them come back and what they remember and harass you about, but it's always fun.
Now, I saw on the Waubonsie Soccer Twitter account that you guys went to see Vanessa play last year. So what was that experience like in seeing maybe the girls like in a little bit of awe that, one of their own is playing in this game? Yeah,
it was pretty cool. We got about 55, I think, people together. We had a group, and we sat right behind the bench, and when they announced Vanessa's name, everybody went nuts, and it was just neat for Vanessa. You could see Vanessa, who was always smiling, but she has that big smile on her face, and just kind of cool just to, I don't know, bring the stadium to her for everything she's brought to Waubonsie soccer. And so, yeah, it's neat.
You were also part of the 2007 undefeated team. They were just honored this past fall for their achievements. What do you remember about that program, about that team?
That was probably, I mean, like I said, that was the first state championship here, and it was crazy, just the community and all that stuff. And that group was definitely a crazy group, but they wanted it. They had lost in a regional final the year before, and they were focused on that, and to go undefeated, and all the memories that we have from that group were, I don't know, it was really fun to just be back with them and just chat. And when we actually got together and it was just us, not the parents, just us in a circle, I don't know, it was just a special moment to be able to go back and just laugh about all the stuff that you're so mad at during your high school time, or all the great memories that were happening.
And I'm assuming you keep up with them as well. Then.
They're all over the place, but yeah.
This, like you said, this soccer team is really close, and this program has just always had that bond. So if a tough loss comes out throughout the season, how do you guys just respond? Is there just move on to the next? And
I mean, it happens. It's a game of soccer, and it's beyond the wins and losses. I don't think you focus on that. I think you focus on the relationships and like being challenged to grow, and just the fun you have with your friends. I mean, at the end of the day, I think as adults we look at it as wins and losses, and as kids, why do we play? We play because our friends are there, and you want to work hard and be challenged. I mean, it's a different perspective from a kid, I think, and sometimes you just got to remember it's just a game.
I guess that really relates to Paige, being the fact that she's been playing since first grade basically. So, and you've seen her grow up. I mean. That's got to be rewarding for you as well, to see her and how she's done, and now moving on to Illinois State as well. Yeah,
it's always exciting to see them, pursue college and still love the game, and something I love, and it's always a common bond there of just, and then I don't know, just they love soccer, and so you can chat soccer with them. So.
The season's just getting underway, but we want to wish you good luck the rest of the way, and we'll hopefully see you in the playoffs.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
All right.